I hate summer. YouTube, what the hell's going on? Hopefully something great. What the fuck am I doing? YouTube, what the hell's going on? Today, let's talk about a few things you should be doing to convince your parents to let you game just a little longer, if you know what I mean. So before we get started, let's get in the mindset of our enemy. You basically do this now without even realizing it. You know, shooting a guy and they go around the corner, you're like, oh, he's gonna turn back. You're getting in their mindset because you're trying to outmaneuver them by thinking like them. So we're gonna do the same thing here. If anything, you guys should be pro at it and already know what to do. So let's get in our enemy's mindset. Who you gotta take down? Not really our enemy, it's just our parents. You know what I mean. So you gotta think about it. They have bills to pay, they gotta work, they gotta sleep. It's not easy.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
And they gotta take care of your ass. Yeah, I said it. Your ass. Tell me why they should let you waste more electricity and make a bill higher for your enjoyment. Because that's how they see it. They just see it as, I mean, not all of them, obviously, but a lot of times it's just seen as a waste of time, waste of money, and waste of even your health. Because first thing they're gonna tell you is, why are you sitting so close to the TV if you do that? Why are you watching so much TV? Why are your eyes are looking at the screen for too long? Your posture's going bad. You name it, I'm pretty sure they've said it. Or you've heard it. Oh, here's the best one. You're being too loud. Your headset, you're yelling, you're not letting me sleep. You think they want to deal with that?
What? What the fuck?
I don't think so. And how do I know? Because I was in that situation one time. I was you. Where my parents didn't really let me game for that long. Especially when I was in school hours. They said 1 hour max, get off. 2 hours max, get off. You know, you find your way around these things. And I was thinking to myself the other day, would I let them spend so much time gaming? And yes, I would. But that's because
oh my god,
I've been in that spot.
oh my god, he on.
But it's always conditions. Alright, so number one, first thing, school. To your parents, school is probably the most important thing. And it should be your primary thing. But to you, school might be the backup plan. Because you want your career to be in something else that you may not need school for. For example, gaming, content creation. Going pro in gaming. Everything revolves around gaming here, but also, you know, we're talking about YouTube, social media, postings, and stuff like that. But mainly, it's all towards gaming, and honestly, you could apply this to a lot of things.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
If your grades are not up to par to your parents' standards, and that's usually straight A's, or something very close to it, they're not gonna want you hours on end wasting your time gaming. Because they're gonna think that all that gaming is not letting you sleep well, it's not letting you do your homework, it's not letting you concentrate on tests or even study for tests because you're so stressed. Trust me, they'll say stressed. You're so stressed about playing that damn game. I've heard it before. And no, I wasn't stressed. I just wasn't doing homework. So if you could get your grades, gotta sneeze. Oh, I hate these when you like breathe in and out and then you still don't sneeze.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Hadouken! To be honest, a lot of this stuff should be common sense. But you'd be surprised when you're growing up how you may or may not think about these things. So if you could get your grades up to their standard, that's a big plus because they're gonna see, hey, he or she is gaming, yet the grades are on point, I have no complaints in school, they're doing their thing, nothing to worry about. And with school even comes like, if you play a sport, even better. You know why? Because that's your body, that's your posture. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, they're trying to stay in shape, they're a gamer, you know what, they're doing their thing. Listen, the less stress and worries you put on your parents, the more freedom they will give you. Obviously, every parent's different. Some, no matter what you do, you can move the world for them, and it's just their values and the way they grew up is different. They may or may not understand. It's not how the world works today, but it's more of like how the world works today. Go figure. What I'm trying to say is they may not understand that there's money in content creation and gaming and stuff like that. Yeah, it's that top 1%, so you better grind your ass for it. All right, second tip. It's honestly the most simplest thing ever. Stay on top of your stuff. What do I mean by that? I already mentioned school. The homework better be done. Grades better be done. You know what else needs to be done? Your room. It needs to be clean. You know what else needs to be done? Your chores. If you have any. If you don't, you're lucky. This video isn't for you. If you don't have any chores, you probably don't even have to worry about gaming because I'm pretty sure they'll let you do whatever you want. Lucky you. So your chores, get ahead of them. Don't wait for your parents to tell you what to do. Trust me. This was always an issue with me because for me it was always like, well, Mom, trust me, I'd have had this argument. If you don't tell me that I need to do these chores, I'm not gonna do them. And that used to piss them off. They're like, you should know what you gotta do. I'm like, well, no, because if you don't tell me, I don't want, it's not something I want to do. It's not gonna click in my head. So from sitting years later now, I get it. It clicks. Maybe still I don't do that even now. But you know what? I don't have to worry about it that much. Point being, get ahead of your chores. Do your chores. Pitch in where you gotta pitch in. Third applies to you if you're working. Don't just spend your money on more game stuff. Save some. And if you're not much of a saver, make sure you're using some of that money to pay for either your phone bill or the electricity bill. Help out where you can. Trust me, if you're basically golden if you could keep your school stuff on par to their standards. If you're helping with chores, nobody has to tell you anything. And on top, you're bringing in money into the house and you're helping with those bills that you're making higher because you're spending more time on the electricity than anybody else. What's the reason to say no to?
You're goddamn right.
You're perfect.
Perfection.
And a lot of these, I'm telling you, a lot of this is common sense. You'd be surprised how much common sense is in a lot of us, especially at that age. And this is when we're younger. Even older, I don't think I do half of these things. Fuck. And here's that disclaimer type of thing. Like I said, not everybody's parents are the same. I grew up in a Hispanic family, and I'm lucky enough to have I'm lucky enough to have parents that are more understanding. Obviously, when I had bad grades in school, they were not understanding, at least in my eyes. But when I got my grades up, it's like my world was limitless. I even started working. I played tennis for my senior year. I actually played football, soccer, and then senior year was tennis, which was my favorite. I played a sport. You know what? I had all the liberty in the world. I could go wherever I want, buy whatever I want. I was paying my phone bill, I think. The less stress you give your parents, the more freedom they give you. Tip number 4, and I think it's tip number 4. What number are we on? Is probably one of the most underrated things, which is simply talk to your parents. Try to explain to them how the gaming world is, how the gaming scene is. Literally try to teach them about these things, because you know what, they don't know. Some of them may not know how deep and big this whole gaming thing is.
Bazinga!
Be friends with your parents. Like, trust them. Let them feel like if you have an issue, you'll go to them. Because the more trust there is between you two, the more friendship there is between you two. Obviously there's a limit. Like, they still gotta discipline you if needed. But the more, commonality there is, the more like openness there is, they'll listen to you. They'll try to understand what is it that you see that they might not see. I had more to say to that, but I'm having a brain fart right now. But yeah, be cool with your parents. And being friends with your parents, it doesn't only benefit you in gaming. It benefits you and your parent, like, on almost every aspect of your life. Whether, you never know, your parents might know someone that needs to hire someone, and they'll recommend you. You know why? Because there's that trust, there's that friendship. There's times where parents don't want to recommend their own child because they don't want to look bad. Trust me, it's a thing. And that's just something minuscule. They'll start giving you things like, hey, here's the car, can you move it? Little by next thing you know, like, Mom, I need to go to the theater. I want to go watch a movie. Maybe not right now because coronavirus, but they'll be like, here, take the car. Do your thing. I trust you. All in a perfect world, right? But even then, there's certain parents that no matter what you do, like I said, you could be a god and they still won't budge. When it comes to that, there's only one thing you can really do. Think about it. You're under their roof, under their rules. They pretty sure they provide food and a shelter for you. They don't need to do more. The only thing you can really do about that is try to make your own life. You won't have your own freedom till you move out, start making your own big boy, big girl decisions. And then you'll see, you might get a better understanding on why they might not let you do what you want to do, because you'll see the hardships in life. I mean, even if you live with them, the more on your own you are, the more hardships you see in life. What I'm trying to say is, you might have to, I'm not telling you to move out, but what I'm trying to say is, you're under your parents' rules as long as you live with them. Even if you're 20. Even if you're 25, even if you're 30, it's their house. Abide by their rules. So be patient, be understanding, be healthy, take care of yourself so you can take care of the people around you. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And guess what? Chicken butt.